up, guys? Welcome back to Thorough Capping. It's Dave, coming at you with another late night, early morning breakdown. This time it's going to be for 7:29 today. Delmar, beginning in race 2. I'm going to jump right into it. Race 1 was a... Let me make this a little bigger for you to see it. Race 1 was a lot of first-time starters. I started to look at it a little bit. I have some sort of an idea, but I'm probably not going to do anything early anyway. I'm not going to play the early pick 5 tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about that race at all. Going into race 2, we have a 5 furlong on the turf. Now, we have a card full of big fields, which I love simply because with the larger fields, it's a lot easier to obviously beat the chalk. And ultimately, that's what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to find value, beat the favorite, especially the vulnerable favorite that we could find, and hopefully put some value on top and, you know, hit with one of those horses of value. When I look at Delmar 2 here, the 7 horse stands out for me on the matrix factors across the board. So if I were to play a pick 5 here, which I'm probably not going to, like I said, I would go probably deep in that first leg, at least 4 horses, maybe 5, and I would probably look to single this 7 here that's coming out with the 102.9 rating in a 10-horse field. I did eliminate the 2, the 8, and the 10 in this race. And I have these ranked 7, 3, 6, and 4. Now, the 3-horse is a class-dropping speed horse, okay? So I gotta watch out for that horse, too. And I got to be careful when I say that 7 might be a good single. We may have to go too deep, which means the first multi-wager I play tomorrow may be the pick 4, which begins in race 2, where I go 3-7 to start it off. Now let's look at those 2 horses. The 3 horse I know is right now at a good price, morning line, 8-1. Okay, he will look for the lead. He is showing the best quarter and half at this distance on the turf. And as I mentioned, he is dropping down out of a what do you call it, non-graded stakes. Now the 7 horse is 5-1 morning line. So we're looking at another horse, again, that's standing out on my grid. That's not necessarily the morning line favorite in this race. And the other 2, the 6 and the 4, we got 4-1 morning line on the 6. And the 4, I think, is the morning line favorite in this race at 3-1. So race number 2, we're looking at 7, 3, 6, and 4. And again, my focus tomorrow is going to be on, I'm going to be away most of the day, but I'm going to have my phone, believe me, and I will be looking. And good thing it doesn't start till 5 o'clock here on the East Coast, so I probably might be home before then. But I'm going to set my target, like I usually do, at 5-1 or better. And any of my horses that are showing up in blue here at 5-1 or better, I'm going to just fire some win plays on them. Okay, if that means playing 3 of the 4 horses one race, I'll do it. If it means only 2, I do it. Maybe only one of them will be 5-1 or better. But like I said, large fields tomorrow, so good shot at getting some value. Delmar 3 is another one of these first-time starter races, and I hate when they throw these right in the middle of sequences like this. These 2-year-olds. I know the 2-year-olds need to run, or there'll be no future racing. But at the same time, I would prefer it like they do harness to just have a 2-year-old day where there's 8 races of nothing but 2-year-olds, and then have a day where you're running your 3-year-olds and up and everything else. But at the same time, I passed on race 3 as far as handicapping it. Race 4, we're looking at another large field of 11. There is another drop-down speed horse in this race. This is a route race. The 2-horse shows as the speed. 23.3, 48.1 was the best when I scanned it. And he is dropping down slightly out of 20,000 to 16,000. But he was coming off an allowance for fillies before that at 31,000, where he just threw in a giant clunker. Didn't run at all. So he looks like he's at the level where he wants to be. Moving down to 16,000. He is at a morning line 15-1, which is a good thing. Maybe tomorrow he will go out and look for that lead. Coming off a 5.5 furlong race. Maybe not his style. But the 2-horse is the drop-down speed horse in this race. But yet he's not my highest point getter. I put the 3 above him. Target, top target Briz rating, and top speed cumulative as the top play in this race. The 3-horse is at 5-1 on the morning line. And he's also getting a weight allowance here, which I have that notated on the grid here. Boosting to 85-1 from an 84-1. And my plays there are 3, 2, 10, and 6. So what's our chances of getting 5-1 value? The 2 is probably going to happen. The 6, maybe, maybe not. And the 10, maybe, maybe not. So that may be looking at a race where maybe there's one playable horse as far as win value goes for me. You guys set your values the way you want to set them, but I set it at 5-1. And it could be the horse, again, that's going to go out and get the lead, drop it in class, and may wire this field at a mile. We'll see tomorrow. Okay, race number 5. Once again, 2-year-olds. I mean, we got horses coming over from France. I can't get any running lines. I can't get any times. I can't do any figures. All I can look at is morning line 3-1. Move on. I did look at the 10 here. I do like the workout pattern here. We have a bullet back here. We have a 9 days, 7 days running today. But at the same time, trainer statistics don't really tell me much. I just put a square around that just as a use in case I do a multi-wager, which I'm not that anxious to do tomorrow. Early, maybe late. The late races were more free of maiden special weights starting now. So we can move on here to race 6. Race 6, the 11 horse dominates the matrix down here, along with the 2 being the target. Pretty cut and dry. I have 11 as my top play at 85.9. The 8 horse, I'm sorry, the 2 horse, because he's my target, I bumped him as second ranking, 8, and then 5. Okay, we have the 9 horse showing up here in the ratings, but we also have the 1 showing up with the best speed cum. So, I mean, I'm not putting 6 down, but at the same time, I got to keep an eye out for them. They will be used in deeper legs of try, superfecta if I play them. My go-to wager with the superfecta has been 2 horses lately, and it's been pretty accurate. It has been 2 horses by 5, by 5, by 6, and that's a $7.20 play for 10 cents. So an example would be in here in this race would be 211 with 2, 5, 8, 11, and then I have to choose one of these 2, maybe the 1. So 1, 2, 5, 8, 11 with 1, 2, 5, 8, 11, and then I would throw that 9 in there as in the last leg. That ticket there would cost you $7.20 for 10 cents for the superfecta. All right, so Delmar 7. Delmar 7 is, by the way, the 6th was 6.5 furlongs. We were looking at, let's see where our value might be. 11.285. 2 is a 12-1 shot. 8, 6-1 morning line. 5, 5-2 morning line favorite. And the 11. The 11 is actually 30-1 morning line. Wait. It's 30-1 morning line. You're looking at these running lines, and I'm questioning myself right now. But again, I'm going by my numbers. We're looking at 15, 25. Let me just make sure. No, something's going on here. Again, that's why, oh, here we go. It's the 12, not the 11. That's why I'm glad I do my videos. I tossed the 11, but I did not cross them out, and that's where I got confused. The 12 horse. So the 12 horse is actually my top play here, not the 11. And I may or may not have picked that up tomorrow if I didn't do this video tonight. 12 horse is 5 to 1. All right, let's move on. Whew. Maybe one of these days I will be able to do a video without making one mistake when it comes to either something I mentioned or plotting on this grid here. Delmar 7th. I got 9, 2, 3, 13, and I put the 4 there in case the 13 doesn't run. 13 isn't also eligible, but I wanted to give them a look because they'll jump in the race if there's a scratch. And when you got large fields like there's a good shot that there's going to be a scratch, and the 12 would be the first one in. I tossed the 12. The 13, I ran the numbers on it. This is in my own 16th on the turf. And I just wasn't able to get anything that would have been of value to me off of this 1/6 furlong race of the 12. So if the 12 gets in and wins the race, that's on me. But go back to selections here. The 9, 2, 3, 13. The 9 horse is the top point getter. The 2 horse and the 3 horse. The 3 horse is actually my target and ability horse. And when I look at odds on him, 6 to 1 morning line. I got to keep an eye on that horse tomorrow. Simply because he is my target ability, and I am looking for horses 5 to 1 or better. So this could swing either way. 2 horses also 6 to 1 morning line. The 13 that we looked at right now on the morning line is 8 to 1. And then the 4 horse, who is the alternate if the 13 doesn't get in, is 5 to 1 morning line. So if we look at some of these qualities here, we do have the 4 horse showing up in class drop. He is coming off a move on the turn. He's got 1 trainer notation, or more than 1. He gets 1 point for trainer notation. But at the same time, his matrix figures do not boost him up high enough to put him into the top 4 category over top of these 4 as well here. But he is the next up if the 13 does not run in the race. Okay, Delmar 8. The 6 horse stands out on the matrix side and stands out in the TC rating as well at a 93.4. Another larger field, 9 horse field. I'm telling you, they're all large fields tomorrow. That's what Delmar's got over Saratoga this year, the size of the fields. This is one of the 2 premier races. This is the San Diego Handicap Grade 2. And the top play was the 9, I think I said. So we'll take a look at this 9. The 9 is the Baffert horse. Or no, the 9, I'm looking to beat the Baffert horse. The 9 horse I have here at a 30 to 1 morning line. And again, call me crazy. This is the 9th or the 8th. Am I making another mistake? Am I moving too fast? Yeah, it's the 8th. Sorry. Please feel free to rip me with your comments in the video and down below if you want to. But I'm jumping the gun here. The 6 horse is the top, and I got the 9 from because I saw the 93. But anyways, the 6 horse is my top play, and the 6 horse is indeed the Baffert horse. Defunded, who won the Gold Cup, won the California Grade 2. So this is the horse to beat, obviously. And this is maybe a good single. For those that aren't fans of single and chalk, then, you may want to try to beat this horse. But at the same time, the only horse that I see, figure-wise, rating-wise, comes out to the 8 horse. Okay, so they're my top 2, the 6, 8. And looks like the 8 is a scratch, right? So is it 6, 9, 87, 84? That's where I'm confusing myself. 84, 84, 87, 90. Yeah, so 8 horse is a scratch, and it's already being shown on these past performances that it is a scratch. It jumps from the 7 to the 9, and not exactly something I look for when I'm doing my handicapping, but it's a good thing I'm looking at it now, because now the 10 horse is actually the 9 horse. 76.84. Yes, this is actually the 10. So the 8 horse is scratched tomorrow. So the 9 horse, 30-1 morning line odds, could possibly sneak in there for second, or it could run like a turtle or a donkey as well. But I have the 6, 9, 7, 5, and I wonder if I encountered that anywhere else. That little issue. Delmar 9. Let's keep our fingers crossed and make sure we don't have any. I did include 13. I scratched the 6 in this race, and I only have 12 slots on my grid. It's easy to put a 13th there, but since I already tossed out the 6 horse, I just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I skipped it all the way down to 13. The 13 isn't also eligible as well. Turns out he didn't figure for me anyways. But I have the 9 and the 5 dominating the matrix side over here, and therefore they have the top TC ratings as well. The 9 and the 5 over the 11. Now the 4 and the 1 I couldn't separate. Here's the deal with the 4. I have question marks here. We had one of these the other day at Delmar where we ended up beating him anyway, where I had a good day. And this horse, where's the question mark horse? This is race 9. Right there. Another one of these shippers. And the one the other day was also Phil D'Amato. Apparently does well with the shippers. 19% off a layoff. First start with the trainer, 23%. But at the same time, again, I cannot get any type of numbers that I need. Okay, I need to see the fractional splits, and I need to see the race calls to be able to compute my numbers. But at the same time, what I did was I did exactly what I did with that horse the other day. I plugged him in there. He was a 4 horse, but I didn't plug him in near the top. I stayed loyal to what my grid is showing me. And my grid is showing me 5-9 or 9-5 on top over the 11. And why did I use the 11? Oh, that should be the 10. See, I'm making mistakes like crazy today. But at least I'm catching them now. 9, 5, 10, and then the 4, which is the one I just talked about, and the 1 as separators. We look at them real fast. The 5 horse is 20-1 morning line, and again we're looking to beat, but yet the 9 is the 3-1 morning line favorite. So when we look at those horses, the 9, 5, we're not going to get our 5-1 value on the 4, nor do I care, because again I wasn't able to do anything with that horse. But the 5, we're definitely going to get our value there. The 11 horse or the 10 horse, we're going to get our value there. So there's 2 plays right there. I'm going to be making 2 win plays. I'll be making in this race. And then the 1 horse was 10-1. So I don't know if I will be going as far as the 1 horse. But we'll see tomorrow. And then finally, I didn't do the 11th. The 11th was another maiden race. But the 10th tomorrow is the Bing Crosby, full field of 12. This is the premier race of the day. I have 4, 7, 5, and 1, and I have 5 of them identified. And the reason I have 5 identified is because we had 2 horses at 95.5, 95.5. But I wanted to include this 7 for the purpose of the final fraction. Okay, it is a route race, 2-turn race with a big field. No, the Big Crosby is not. It's a 6 furlong race. The big field, though, a lot of times you get horses that are off the pace horses that are better off simply because they don't find themselves in trouble. They don't need a spot early in the lead, in the middle of the pack. They can come late. And the fact that this horse here is at 94 final fraction off his last race, and he does figure, even though he doesn't figure on top, I threw that horse in as my second. I went with the 4. Now the 4, his rating is bloated simply because of the 103.25 speed cume rating. And the reason why he's over 100 and so are these is because they had speed cumes over 400. And the 400 is the standard that I use in the formula for 100 rating. As you can see, this 400 here equated to 100. But that 4, or that 103.25 blew that rating up. But at the same time, these Briz figures are indications of class at times too. So this 4 horse very well could be the class of the field. 4-1 morning line. He's 7 for his last 7. All non-graded stakes. So he certainly fits the bill. And I have him on top. But I put the 7 there as a second place, or second choice, because of the final fraction. Now, if there were some of these other horses that were close, maybe 93, 92.5, this 7 maybe bump back a little bit, but I'm leaving there as a second choice. We are looking at, 4-1 morning line odds on him, so it's not like it's not far-fetched that the horse wins the race. And the other 2 choices in there are the 5 and the 1. And we'll see where the value's got to be somewhere. There's 20-1 morning line on the 5. And then the 1, 15-1 morning line. All right, so we'll see what happens tomorrow at Delmar. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of the 7 out of the 11 races. Because like I said, race 11 is even though I could get numbers from some of these horses, I got to a point where, I was handicapping them large fields, and I just said enough's enough. This race won't go off until 10 o'clock tomorrow night here at my time, so I very well may get a fresh set of eyes tomorrow and take a look at this race if I'm doing well on the rest of the card. All right, so feel free to throw your comments in, questions in the bottom of the video. But I also want to remind you once again, there are actually 3 left. There's 3 20% off promos codes. Just type in 20% off, just like that, 20% off, using the percent sign, not spelling out percent, in the promo code section, and you'll get 20% off the thorough capping tutorial, which comes with the matrix system and the follow the figures if you request that and you would like to follow the figures as well. All right. Okay, until next time, will probably be a recap of this card here. That'll be tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone.